If you want to start your very own business, the very first and most important part of the process is just deciding what it is. This might sound really obvious to some people, but to a lot of people, myself included, this is actually what stops us from moving forward, not just in business, but in life. Whether you're stuck like me with too many ideas that you don't even know where to start, or you're stuck with zero ideas at all, but you know you want to start something, this video is for you. My name is Christian, but you can call me Lil. If you're an entrepreneur, a budding entrepreneur, or you want to be an entrepreneur, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button, because I'm gonna be coming out with lots of videos about money, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle travel that you're really not gonna wanna miss. I'm traveling again today, so I will see you in Spain. Ciao. Well done here.
To Valencia now.
Cheers. To a good luck.
Yay, feeling free.
Cheers. After 7 or 8 weeks traveling all around Morocco, we are back in Valencia, Spain. We decided to come back because all in all, I think it just might be the most underrated city in Europe. Here they have literally everything that I love about Paris. And if it's an online business that you're starting, the entire country of Spain makes it incredibly easy for digital nomads like me. All you need to get a visa to live permanently right here in the heart of Europe is an online business or a remote job that nets you about $2,500 a month. That's it. I'm of course talking about Spain's digital nomad visa, but the topic of today's video is how to pick your business idea. I like to group businesses into 3 categories. There's service, product, and digital product. As you can probably guess, services-based businesses provide services to their customers. This can be anything that is entirely bespoke, like web design, to something that is, very standard, like mowing somebody's lawn. At the end of the day, a service-based business is anytime you're essentially trading money for hours of time. That is in stark contrast with a product-based business, which is basically anytime you are pre-packaging something that you can then sell over and over again. I like to break product and digital product into 2 separate categories because they're logistically completely different. Physical product-based businesses are probably the most common ones that we're all familiar with. Think of Walmart, think of Target, even think of that little tiny e-commerce brand that you know only exists online and not at a physical store. If they're selling a physical product that they ship and you can touch and feel, essentially that is a physical product-based business. Last but not least, you have digital products, which are similar to physical products in that they are pre-made, pre-packaged things that you buy and sell, but only in digital form. Think ebooks, think courses, think everything on Netflix. These are all digital products that exist only in the digital world. Now, this of course is a generalization for simplicity's sake. There are tons of blurred lines between these things. A web designer, for example, might have website templates, and that's a digital product. That's not really a service, but then he might have another aspect of his business where he designs your website, custom made. Tons of sellers will offer items from 2 or even all 3 of these categories. Amazon has digital and physical products. The web designer on the corner probably has services and digital products. The computer repair person probably has physical products and services. I would argue that this is actually where you make the majority of your money, is finding a niche and finding out how you can fill multiple needs within the same niche. So now that you understand your options, you need to generate your business ideas. In order to do that, you're going to generate 3 lists. The first list is going to be types of activities that you enjoy doing. To give you some examples, some people really enjoy talking to people, other people really enjoy being alone. Do you prefer speaking to tons of people, or do you prefer working with your hands? Do you enjoy working indoors? Do you enjoy working outdoors, in the heat, in the cool? Try to keep this really vague. You're not trying to narrow yourself down too far just yet. These are not specific activities. They're specifically about how you enjoy interacting with the world around you. The second list is going to be like activities that you enjoy doing. This is going to be a little bit more specific. You can think of like hobbies. For example, do you enjoy woodworking and gardening? Do you enjoy swimming? Do you enjoy playing chess? What are the activities that you like to pass your time doing? I, for one, enjoy making beer. It's one of my favorite hobbies. This isn't my homemade beer. I just got this at the bar. First time trying a Delirium Tremens. Actually kind of tastes like my homemade beer. The third and final list that you're gonna make is a list of things that you are skilled in. Remember that when you're making this list, I mean, write an exhaustive list, like everything you can possibly think of. Don't think that any skill is too small, because we're gonna be using this for a further activity. This isn't like where this ends. You're not gonna be making a job at stacking paper clips, but you are gonna try to cross-reference different skills and see how you can match them together. Something that you're naturally gifted at, like writing or even patience, can be something that you write down here, but it can also be something you've been trained in, like computer programming, or writing can be trained as well. Be your own fan here. Think about things that you know that you are good at, and or that you think you, or even have that little inkling that you're good at. Even if you're not the best at them, these are all things that you can match with other skills and make blossom in ways that you just don't even know yet. Okay, so now that you have your 3 lists, you're gonna take all 3 of them and you're gonna cross-reference them. Really give yourself the time to do this. If it takes 8 hours, let it take 8 hours, but come up with every single conceivable combination of these 3 lists. There are probably gonna be some that are really obvious to you, but give yourself the time to come up with everything that you can think of, because there might be some things that you just don't know about. This process is going to give you a lot of different business ideas that are a great fit for you, your personality, your interests, and your skills. Now, there are gonna be some of these that jump out at you that really just seem obvious, but really take the time to do as much as you possibly can, because there are gonna be some other ones that are not so obvious, and those might be better to chase in the long run because maybe there's less competition or for whatever other reason. But I mean, you have to think to yourself, like, imagine you're a patient person, you love gardening, and you don't mind being on camera. I mean, that's the basic recipe for a kick-ass gardening YouTuber. I have a client who has a real business making real money doing just that. Now, beyond this list that you come up with, I have 3 different lists, one for each of our categories: service-based, product-based, and digital product-based businesses. They're just 50 ideas in each category that you could potentially turn into a business. They have some basic information about each one of them, some basic skills that you're gonna need to accomplish, and for some of them, we have like an estimated salary of somebody who does this as a freelancer. You can download those for free in the description of the video below. When you download these lists, you might see there's this idea that is a perfect fit for you, but it might just open your ideas to all of the different possibilities that are actually out there, because they are everything. There's so much out there. Now that you've come up with all of your ideas, and remember, I hope that you have taken your time, I want you to rank them individually on 3 different categories. The first thing that I want you to rank every business on is how excited you are about the business, because let's be honest, building a business is a huge project. Your success is going to be determined over the long run, and if you can't stick to the same idea for a long time, you're not going to succeed. It's as simple as. Rank each idea from 1 to 10 based on how excited you are about the idea. Number 2, rank the idea based on how much value it will provide to other people. Again, try to keep this as impartial as you possibly can and only rank it based on this single criterion. The idea here is that the more value that your business provides to somebody, the more unique you are, the higher price eventually you can charge. Number 3, rank all of your businesses based on how much value you think other people are going to perceive that it has. Ultimately, of course, we have to find a product or a service, digital product, that people actually want. The less people actually want your product or service, the harder it's going to be to find customers who will, pay you. Later on in the process of building your business, you're probably going to have more accurate numbers for each of these, but right now, I just want you to give your best guess, because your best guess is going to give you the best information that you have right here and now about what to start. And ultimately, that's the most important thing, is that you start. So before we really compile scores here, what we're going to do is visualize what each and every one of these businesses entails on a day-to-day basis. Think about your life. Everything from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. How far do you have to drive to work? How's your heart rate doing? When do you get your exercise? Where's your family? How are they doing? How do you eat your lunch? Where do you eat your lunch? When do you finish work? How do you finish work? How do you get home? How much time are you spending on things that you love to do? How much time are you spending on things that you hate doing? Let me be the first to tell you that every single business you're ever going to start is going to entail doing things that you hate doing. Here's the thing, running different businesses requires entirely different types of work. And sometimes they can be much more demanding and sometimes they can be much less demanding. Me and my business, for example, I get to work about 20 hours a week. I get to travel all over the world. I get to do lots of cool creative things that I really love to do. But if you're the type of person who really needs to have control over everything, this will not work for you. Be as honest with yourself as you can. Who are you? What do you want? What would your day look like in an ideal world? Think very long and hard about each and every single one of these businesses. Think about what a day in the life would look like for each and every one of them, and think about which one suits you best. Once you've gone through this whole process, you're going to have to eventually come to the point where you actually pick a business idea. This is where a lot of people, myself included, get hung up because they're trying to find the one correct idea. But the truth is, there is not a single right answer. There just isn't. There are probably dozens, hundreds, maybe even thousands of business ideas that would be a great fit for you and you would be successful at. Pick one of the ideas that you've already figured out. One of the ones that you figured out during this video, throughout this entire process. Just pick one. Take action, because that's the most important thing that you can do. Give it 3 months, give it 6 months, give it your all. If you take action today, right now, 3 months from now or 6 months from now, you will either be that much closer to achieving your dreams, or you will be crossing something off your list as something that didn't work. Either way, you're going to be 1,000 miles ahead of where you are today, right now.